Is the lore of Hashut any good in patch 6.1.3? Let's take a good look at the lore specific to the Chaos Dwarfs, our favorite evil overlords. Anyway, the lore has its goodies, it's just a matter of using it properly. The passive for this lore is Killing Fire, so we're off to a good start. The gist is, every spell cast with this passive operating creates a 55-meter Mortis Engine style effect for 5 seconds. It seems a little weaker than the real thing, but being repeatable helps. Burning Wrath is an interesting magic missile spell, 6 Winds default, 10 overcast. Default is a single projectile that's flaming and magical attack and does 500 damage, 30% armor piercing, and creates its own Fire Nado when it hits. Like this, the explosive component is 144 damage, no armor piercing. If overcast, it's 3 projectiles, and the explosive part is 216 damage, 33% of which is armor piercing, range is 300, and cooldown is 30 seconds. You don't even need to see it, though it helps, to guess that it's going to be a lot better in the hands of a flying caster, and all Chaos Dwarf casters can get mounts. It's also in the text, it's meant to be used at longer ranges. Dark Subjugation is 6 Winds default, 10 overcast, 200 meter range, 31 seconds cooldown. The overcast just changes duration from 17 seconds to 35. The effect is -8 leadership and -24 melee defense. In other words, the victim routes faster and takes a lot more damage in melee, and that's really good if something is wailing on it with poor attack like Orc Laborers. Also, this will spam your passive Killing Fire. Ash Storm is 10 Winds normal, 14 overcast, 200 meter range, 35 meter radius. Cooldown is 37 seconds. All the overcast does is extend duration from 32 seconds to 48 seconds. Within the storm, speed -25 and weakness to fire damage of 20%. Curse of Hashut is like a Spirit Leech, 11 Winds normal, 16 Winds overcast, 200 meters, single target, cooldown 38 seconds. The overcast is just to extend duration from 10 seconds to 16 seconds. In other words, it's worse Spirit Leech, just horribly inefficient for what it does, but it gives you the option of direct damage rather than just skip over the genre entirely. Hellhammer is a legitimately fun one. Base version 16 Winds, 22 overcast. This is a wind type spell, 200 meter range, 60 meter per second movement, radius of 5 meters. Overcasting basically has the hammer strike twice. Damage for one pass is 48 direct, flaming and magical attack, and 50% armor piercing, and 48 explosive, again 50% armor piercing. Flames of Asgorth rounds things out, 18 Winds normal, 26 overcast, and it seems we have 2 components, a damage over time for 5 seconds, which is 56 damage, flaming and magical, 35% armor piercing, or 76 damage, 52% AP. Radius 7 meters, range 200 meters. So the other components is a bunch of projectiles with 48 damage, magical and flaming like the other stuff, and 100% armor piercing per direct hit, and explosive damage of 90 points. 100% armor piercing, that isn't flaming per se. Cooldown is 52 seconds. So what we get for Overcast is just increased damage on the primary component, and let's face it, 7 radius is not gigantic, but this is a lot of damage. The tooltip says Overcast increases the number of missiles, so there's that too. We want all the help we can get. In sum, this is a lore revolving around damage. The passive requires a caster in the thick of combat, but Burning Wrath is meant for distant flying lords and hero casters to fire it from a favorable angle. There's a little for everyone, and again, doing damage is good. Also a type of flame weakness cumulative with Daemonsmith pistols and the Hobgoblin Wolf Raider RR, and even with fire casters with Kindle Flame, helps soften up even normal enemies. Anything already weak to fire is getting hosed, with napalm. Take care, and have fun using this lore to roast your enemies extra crispy.